Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma and this here is my little crafts corner where I talk about knitting and sometimes other yarn related stuff, but mostly knitting. And today I wanted to record a new knitting podcast for you because it's been a while. So I just wanted to catch you up on everything that I did in February, everything that I finished, everything that I have been working on, my recent acquisitions and everything that I want to be working on March and onwards. So let's get into it. First of all, I have one finished object, or well, two, but it counts as one because they are these Sunday socks. I knit these in about a week, which was pretty quick, but it is a DK weight sock and I've been wearing them quite a bit, so it's already, well, it's not really felting, but you can clearly see the wear on it. These are so warm and comfy. If I put the ribbing up, they are so high and comfy and just everything. I love wearing them around the house pretty much every day. These are so nice. They fit me quite well. These are the second pair of socks that I made for myself. I also made the Kinda Magic socks with the clouds on it. And then I made 3 pairs to gift to other people. But these are the second pair socks that I knit for myself, and these fit way better than the first. The first are way too long, but these fit quite well, especially when I put them over other socks, which these are DK socks and they are quite stretchy, so that works perfectly fine. But also on their own, these are great. You can kind of see the felting on this heel, I guess, but it is not too bad. I'm not sure what the wear of this will be, but it's fine. I cannot for the life of me think of the name of this yarn, so I will put it up on the screen. But I bought this yarn and I knit these socks straight away. I cast them on straight away and then I finished them within a week and I threw out the yarn band. So I will try to find what I knit these with. It's probably on my Ravelry because I did put it in there. But I will also put it on the screen because I'm very forgetful. But these DK weight socks are just so amazing. I think it is 80% wool and 20% nylon maybe, or 20% something. Again, everything will be on the screen because I'm very forgetful with this. These are my favorite things that I did in a while, which if you've been following this podcast for a while, you know that I don't really have a lot of finished objects every month. I don't always tend to finish things very quickly. So me saying that these are my favorite things that I knit in a while is just comparing it to the hat that I knit this year. This is my second finished object of the year entirely. But again, these are my favorites anyway, and I will put them on my feed as soon as possible because it's quite cool here. It's actually been snowing a bit. It's been, in the Netherlands we call it wet snow, where it doesn't stay. I don't know what you call it in English, but we call it wet snow. So it's been wet snowing for a couple days now, and it's very cold and not so nice. So these socks are perfect to keep me warm. I love them so much. I cannot wait to put them back on after I finish this podcast. So these are my finished objects of the month. They're very dark, so I hope you get a clear view of them. This way you can clearly see it. These again are the Sunday socks by Petite Knit, and I love the pattern. I think these will be a great gift knit to make for people because it's not too much work. It's a DK weight sock, so it flies off the needles. I wear a shoe size 38, and these took me a week to make, but I pretty much only knit on it during my lunch breaks at work, which were half an hour lunch breaks. And these just flew right off the needle, so that's great. And also, this just stretches out so much because of all the ribbing. So if you're not really sure what their foot circumference is, just knit them Sunday socks or something with ribbing and it will probably fit. These will be on my gift knit list for a while, I think, because who doesn't love handmade socks? And these are so easy to make. So yeah, my finished object of the month, Sunday socks. Then I have 3 works in progress that I want to talk to you about. First of all, my sweater number 15. I'm almost done with the body. Almost. As a matter of fact, I'm halfway through binding off. But it's tubular bind off, so it's taking a while. This is what it looks like now. As you can see, the body's pretty long, but we love that. And the ribbing is actually quite short on this pattern. And first I wasn't really sure what I thought of it, but I've come to love it. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see properly. Let me put my hand behind it. This is what it looks like, and then you have the tubular bind off right here. And I'm a little over halfway done. I have this much left to do. So there's a string attached with a tapestry needle to finish this, but it's taken me a couple hours to just do half of it. And I'm knitting a size small, so I cannot begin to imagine how much work it is for people who knit bigger sizes than me, because this is such work. But I love this pattern, and I love how this fits me. I love how the yarn feels on me. This is the Peruvian Highland wool by Holland Creatief, and I absolutely love it. I will put it on for you because I can do that now that it's almost off of the needles. So this is what it looks like, and this is how long I've decided to knit it. So my belly button is about right here. So it is a bit longer, and it will, the pattern says it will grow approximately 1 cable repeat. So that's 4 centimeters for me, which would put it, let me just climb on this chair for you, which would maybe make it this length or something. I don't know, but I don't know how this yarn will turn out when it is blocked. And this is also quite stretchy, so this will stretch out, I imagine. And then I will do the drop shoulders and knit the sleeves, and hopefully this will be finished by next podcast, which I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love that. It's just so soft and so lovely, and I cannot wait to have this off of the needles. But I also really love working on it. So it's a big debate going on of, do I want to finish this quickly because I really want to wear this, but I also love working on it, so maybe I should take it slow. But again, I started this in December, so I also really do want to finish this because it might get a lot warmer in a bit, but you never know here. You never know. Yeah, that's interesting thoughts going on in my head. But for now, this is, I think, my most active whip that I'm working on. And I did have the issue of dye lots, or just the color not matching up, and I don't think you can see it that clearly. But there is still some color difference even after I did change the yarns around. I think I had 3 skeins that I was changing every other row or something, or every half row at some point. I don't know what I did, but it still looks a bit weird, but I decided to ignore it. Maybe it will wash out in blocking. Blocking really is, I put all my hopes on blocking with anything that I knit, so we'll see. There are just needles flying around everywhere right now. Yeah, this is my most active whip and I cannot wait to knit on this even more and to wear this places when it is finished. I just need to do the neck and then the sleeves and then it's done. This just looks incredible to me. Like, I love this so much. I really love doing cables. This is my first big cable project. I'm also doing the folklore cardigan that I'm not going to be showing today because it is not really an active whip of mine. Let me just throw this away real quick. Yes, that's not an active whip of mine, so I'm not going to be showing that. And it has some cables, but this really does have a lot, and I really like just working on it and seeing how it works up, twisting it. I do not really like counting that much. I have had to recount a lot, and I'm doubting myself with some of the lengths, whether or not I did it correctly, or because you have to twist every 10 rounds. But sometimes I'm thinking maybe this is 9 or 11 or I don't know. But I keep recounting to 10 and then twisting, and I technically know that I'm twisting at every 10th round. But sometimes the cables just look a bit shorter because of the way that you're knitting. I don't know, and sometimes the fabric has already stretched the cable out a bit, so then that cable looks a bit longer, then another cable looks a bit smaller. Again, blocking, hopefully, will do the trick for me. So yeah, that's my first whip that I wanted to show you. The second whip is my camisole number 5. I have it right here. And this is one that I've been working on since October, probably. So, it is this long right now. And if you've been watching my podcast, you know that I am doing around a day ever since January 1st, which was represented by this first stitch marker right here. And then the second stitch marker is February 1st. And then this one right here is March 1st. And I only have about 3 or 4 centimeters to go, according to the pattern. And I will put up a picture of me trying it on, because I cannot try it on right now because then all the stitches will fall off and I don't really want to deal with that right now. So I just show a picture of me wearing it at around February 22nd, I think. Yeah, I'll put a picture of that right there, and you can clearly see that it is still a bit short, but it's almost there. So I'm thinking of just finishing March, so around a day for March, and then binding off, doing the neck and armhole detailing, and then it is finished right in time for spring and summer. And I just love this yarn. This is the Katja Cotton, no, not Cotton Merino, Cotton Cashmere by Katja Concept. So the full name is Katja Concept Cotton Cashmere. Which, again, if you've been watching my podcast, you know that I've been messing this up a lot. I think I've mostly been cutting it out, so you might not know, but I've been messing up saying this so much. But I am almost on the end of my 3rd skein, so I think I'll have to break into the 4th. I have 5 skeins of this, so that's fine. But I think I just have to break into the 4th for a little bit, and then it is done. But this is camisole number 5, my favorite things knitwear, and I absolutely love it. I love how this just stretches out like a lot. It fits great. It fits perfectly around my neck, around my breast circumference, underneath my armholes. It's perfect, and I cannot wait to wear this all throughout summer. I feel like this is going to be such a staple in my wardrobe, which is funny because it is very, very green and bright, and I'm not someone who knits with very bright colors usually. I'm going for more muted, like the blue that I just showed you. It's a very dark blue. I just showed you gray socks. And this is very bright green. It is the color pistachio. So yeah, this is very bright, but I think it suits me quite well and I absolutely love it. And it is so soft and I cannot wait to wear this very soon, all throughout summer, everywhere. I just love this so much and I just really want this to be the perfect length. So that's why I'm telling myself just finish March, because otherwise I know I'll be measuring every single round and I'll be stretching the fabric, seeing if I'm already at the 27 centimeters. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I'm doing the size small on this also. Could be that I'm doing the size extra small, but I'm pretty sure I switched to small. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm knitting the size small for this as well. And that requires me to knit 27 centimeters of ribbing. And that's just so much work. And I know that I'll be measuring every round if I don't tell myself just finish the month and then pick up for the neck and the sleeves. Or not the sleeves, the armholes. So I think I'm going to be doing that. And then this will be finished. And again, I cannot wait to have this finished. So yeah, that's my second whip already. I feel like I'm flying through this for no reason. There's no hurry. Slow down. We'll get there. Yeah, this is my second whip. And I have one more to show you, but it hasn't changed too much since last month when I showed you. But these are my Mind Trick socks, or well, my Mind Trick sock, because it is still the first. And I knit this using the Lana Grossa Meilenweit yarn in a dark red color and a gray color. And I love how this is working up. These socks are the Mind Trick socks from the Happily Knitting Socks book. And I switched up the heel to do a heel flap instead of the German short row heel. Then I had to improvise on the gusset, which I think looks quite alright. So yeah, these are improvised. And now I just have to do the foot and the other sock, obviously. Yeah, I cannot wait to have these in my wardrobe as well. I feel like I'll get a bunch of wear out of this because it's very warm, which is great for indoors. But it's also a fun sock to wear outdoors. It's so weird to say, it's a fun sock. But yeah, the floats on the inside keep me pretty nice and warm. I feel like I've tried these socks on a couple times and they do fit. They're a bit snug, but they do fit, and I absolutely love how these are working up. But I don't have much to say about them because everything is pretty much still the same as last month. I think I maybe did 1 or 2 rounds this month on this, because I've been super occupied by my sweater and my camisole that I just did not really have time to pick this up. But yeah, this something I want to work on next month are these socks. So then I feel like those are all my whips. And now it is time for my acquisitions. And you might have already seen my vlog from the Handwerkbeurs this month. If not, I'll put it up here for you so you can watch it. But I went to the Handwerkbeurs with my mom, my grandma, and my dad went along as well. He drove us there. It was very nice having him around. And I did buy a bunch of stuff that I want to show you again here, in case you missed the vlog or in case you want to know what I'll be making with it. This is the haul part of the Handwerkbeurs, and then there's also some other acquisitions that I also did throughout the month that I'll show you in a bit. But first, Handwerkbeurs. So I got 2 skeins for the mind trick sock that I just showed you because I don't have enough yarn to do 2 socks in full color work. So I just picked up 2 more skeins of the red color and the gray. The red color is color number 1389. And then the gray sock is color 1102. And yeah, these will be used for my mind trick socks, or my second mind trick sock. Just so that I have enough yarn to finish them both. I saw these, I knew I had a purpose for them, so I took them with me. Great. Then I also bought 6 skeins of the Novida 7 Villesta yarn. This is the 7 Brothers yarn by Novida. It is a wool yarn. It's also sock yarn, but I am going to be using this to make a Moby sweater. So it is 70% wool and 30% lyocell. And this will be my Moby sweater, which I might knit in autumn of this year, maybe winter. Something, it would be very nice as a Christmas sweater. But yeah, I'm not really sure when I'll be knitting this, but I saw this, the stand that I was at had this knit up in a Moby sweater, so I knew what the finished product would look like. So I just wanted to get this because I already knew that I'll be making a Moby sweater anyway, so why not get it in the yarn that I know is going to make a lovely Moby sweater, because I saw the finished product. Yeah, it was almost a no-brainer for me. I did think about it a bit because I know I'll be using this at the end of this year, so it will be in a stash for a little while, but also I know what I'll be making with it. I know that I'll be buying it anyway, so why not just go for it? Yeah, this is also bought at the Handwerkbeurs. Then I have this yarn from Lindewool. It is hand-dyed merino 1 strand yarn. I bought 2 skeins of this, and I don't think you can see it very clearly. It's a bit more green than it shows up on camera, but this is just very lovely. But it's a mossy green color. It is super soft, and this will be a camisole number 7. One of my favorite things in knitwear. And yeah, I just love this color. I love how it looks on me in person. On camera it is a bit brownish, I feel like. But here it is pretty bright green and with a bit of yellow undertone, and there is some darker brownish black color here, but it's also pretty bright, and I just really want this as a camisole number 7, and I cannot wait to get working on this. And I think almost all of the yarn that I bought at the Handwerkbeurs was hand dyed. The 2 things I showed you previously were not hand dyed, but everything from now on that I got at the Handwerkbeurs is hand dyed, so that's very lovely. Then I also bought 4 mini skeins. So I have these minis, and I think there's one odd one out, which is this one. So these 3 are from the Lithuanian brand Upmeska, and I have a gray with some color variation in there, a very bright pink with some color variation, and a black with some variation, which also has a bit of a brown undertone to it. And I just love these for heels, toes, and cuffs, or accent colors in color work socks, or anyway, anything. I just know I'll get use out of these, and I fell in love with them right away, so I just had to get them. And they're mini skeins, so there's not much harm done, I think. Then I also got this mini skein, which is a bit more of a muted pink red color. And I got this at Dutch Wool Diva. And yeah, what I'll be making with this you'll see in just a little bit, because I will show you that in the upcoming section of this podcast. So stay tuned, bit of a teaser here. But yeah, I really just love these details in the color, and it is a bit of a pink, a bit of a red, orangey, white, anything like that. It's just very lovely, and I cannot wait to work with this. But I'll tell you what I'll be making with this in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. Then I went to Holland Creatief, which is also the brand that I got the yarn from for my sweater number 15. So I already knew that I liked this stand, and I bought a lot of stuff at her stand this year. First of all, I got 4 skeins of this, and this is going to be a cardigan. It's a lovely green color. It is super soft. Again, it is the same yarn. It is Peruvian Highland wool again. Same yarn as the blue sweater, but just a different color. And I do think I'll be needing 1 or 2 more skeins of this, so I will get those in a bit. But this will be a cardigan, and I think the marigold cardigan. And yeah, on this channel I talk a lot about how much I love Holland Creatief, so I feel like I don't really need to tell you again. But I really love Holland Creatief, and I really love Antje, the dyer behind the brand. I love all the yarn. It is so soft and so beautiful. And I can keep saying this in every video I make, but I just say it now for the entirety of this podcast, because the next things I'll be showing you are also from Holland Creatief, or also from Antje. So I'll just say it once. I love this yarn. And then we can move on and talk about more things. Yeah, this is Holland Creatief Peruvian Highland wool again. Very lovely yarn. Then Antje was nice enough to also give me this hank. This is her baby alpaca, and also green, but a bit more mossy. I feel like a bit more muted, leaning towards more the yellow side of green than, I don't know if that makes any sense. But I'm thinking about making a cowl with this, because Antje at the Handwerkbeurs had Eva from Luby's Designs with her, and she made a cowl. The pattern is not out, so I'm waiting for the pattern to come out. But she made a cowl with this, and I really want to make that cowl, so I'll be waiting for that pattern and then I'll cast that on. But this is a 50-gram hank of baby alpaca yarn, and it is so incredibly soft. I cannot wait to work with this. Then the big thing that I got at the Handwerkbeurs, again from Antje, was this huge cone. So this cone is sock yarn. It is 75% wool and 25% nylon. And it is 500 grams, which equals to 2,100 meters of yarn for needle sizes 2 until 3.5, and it is almost as big as my head. And it is, I just really wanted the cone, and I love this color, so I got this cone. Great story. But what I'll be making with this is, first of all, a Monday sweater. And what I'll be holding this with, I'll show you in a bit for my other haul part. It's a bit fragmentary today. But the sweater, the Monday sweater, is the first thing that I'm going to be making with this. And then maybe some socks or a summer top, or I'll see what I have left after that. But I think most of this is going towards a sweater, which I'll be making, holding together with, here we go, Knitting for Olive soft silk mohair in the color Cloud. And I really love this combination. I picked the color Cloud because they have a lot of whites on their website, but this white has a bit of a pinkish undertone. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I thought that would combine pretty nicely with this red, just to kind of mute the contrast between the two. I just really wanted to get a marled sweater. I know Petite Knit just put out a pattern for a marled sweater, but I really want to make a raglan and not a drop shoulder pattern, and the Monday sweater is a raglan, so I can just use that instead. Yeah, this together will be a Monday sweater, and I'm absolutely in love with the idea. I cannot wait to cast this on, but I have to see when I have the availability to do that, because knitting a sweater takes a lot of time. Yeah, I got 6 of these and 1 of these, obviously, because this cone will last me a little while. I think a little while. Then, the last thing that I got, we're now out of the Handwerkbeurs haul and into the Knitting for Olive haul, because for Christmas I got a gift card to Knitting for Olive, and then Knitting for Olive was also doing a donation for Ukraine. So everything combined just led to a haul. Then I used to get 3 of these skeins and 1 of these. This is the Pure Silk in the color Plum Rose. And I got this to lengthen my camisole that I made a year ago, I think, last summer, which was the George's top by Colibri by Johanna. And it is a bottom-up pattern, and I knew I was playing Yarn Chicken, so I made it way too cropped. I think it's just this long right now, which I don't love, because now I cannot really wear it anywhere because it has bows on the shoulders. I'll show a picture of what it looks like right now. It has bows, so it's pretty dressed up, but then it is super short. So it's not really something formal-ish that I can wear. So it's really weird. It's a really awkward length right now. So I really want to get 1 more skein to just lengthen the top. And yeah, I cannot wait to do that in a bit. I feel like that would be pretty mindless. I'm just going to be cutting off the bottom and then lengthening it. You just see how far I get, because I feel like anything longer than what I currently have would be great. Would be perfect. But this is just, it's currently a bit too short, and I think 1 skein will do the trick. Because I do need to hold it double, but 1 skein is 250 meters. And I'll hold it double on a 5mm needle. And we'll see how long it gets. In worst case scenario, I buy another skein. It's fine. But I really want to give this a shot and just see how it goes, because I'm pretty curious. I've never really cut up anything that I knit before. So I'm really curious to see how that will go, how that will turn out. So yeah, 1 skein of this, 6 skeins of the mohair makes a pretty good donation to Ukraine. And that was all the yarn that I bought in February, which I feel like it is a lot, so I'm trying not to buy as much in March. I've already filled, but you'll see that next month. Yeah, I've already filled, but it's alright, it's fine. I just have to be knitting more than I buy. Yeah, we'll see how I do in the end of March. I'll catch up with you then again. But now it is time for my coming up section, or just more info coming up, what I'm really excited about to work on, what is stuff. This is just me rambling a bit. Anyway, so I've been really excited about the past few weeks, the past 2 weeks I think, is the Clubhouse from the Mindful Creators. Fem is someone I met through the internet, or through Lisa's Knit Club, or both simultaneously at the same time, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know where we met, but it's been fun getting to know her a bit. And she is working on making her own membership. So she calls that the Clubhouse. And it is in testing right now this month. And I've been lucky enough to be one of the 20 selected testers. So right now I just have 20 more knitting friends this month to just chat with and do a make along with. And there's accountability circles, there's weekly goals, monthly make alongs. It is so much fun to get to know more people in the knitting community a bit more personally. I've been loving getting to know the people the past 2 weeks. I think it goes live in April, or I don't think Fem's really sure about that, but you can check out her socials and she'll probably let you know when it goes live, because I know she's pretty excited about it. And she should be, because it's really fun to be there. It's really fun to be part of what she's creating with the Mindful Creators. And that's something I've been really excited about this month. But I've also been really excited to cast on some new things. And I'm obviously still working on a sweater, a camisole, socks, and there are less active whips going on at this time also. But I'm also super excited to cast new things on. So I want to talk to you about those. The things that I think I'll be casting on this month. And the first thing are some vanilla socks, or just some mindless socks to knit. And for that I'll be using this mini skein. Here it is. And I don't know if you remembered. Here it is. And I will use that with this wool met verve yarn. This is a lovely speckled yarn. And I think this will complement the craziness of this yarn. So I'll be using this for the cuff, the heel and the toe. And this just as the main color. And I'm not going to be doing any pattern because this yarn is quite speckled and I really want this to just shine and have its moment. So I think the best thing to do is just make some vanilla socks, and also it's just fun to knit vanilla socks just whenever, because you can just take them, knit them whenever you don't have much brain power to do things like knitting cables or knitting colorwork socks or anything like that. I can just grab these, put them in my bag, knit them on the go, knit them when I'm exhausted from work or whatever. It's just an easy knit, and I really, really want an easy knit right now. So I'll be casting these on this month. I'll also be casting on something with this yarn. This is Yippie yarn. Hand dyed by Janine Kamijn, and it is sock yarn, so 75% merino, 25% nylon, fingering weight, in the colorway Pecan Pie. And I just love this so much, and this will become a camisole number 8. So whenever I'm done with my cable sweater, my sweater number 15, I will be casting on camisole number 8. It's also by my favorite things knitwear, so I feel like it will be similar in construction and stuff like that, because going from one cable project to another feels pretty natural, feels pretty fun. Yeah, this is more of a rusty color, I feel like. It's brown, orangey, red stuff everywhere, and I really want to cast out my camisole number 8, so I'll be doing that in whenever I finish my sweater number 15. So those are 2 things that I want to be casting on. Some other things that I don't have yarn for with me at the moment, because I'm at my parents' place right now, and I took some yarn, but I apparently did not look at my notes properly enough to take all the yarn for the things that I want to make. But I also have been appointed as a test knitter recently, and I will be making the Amadeus sweater by Kolibri by Johanna. Here's a picture of the sweater. I'm super excited to test knit this for her. I have tested for her twice now, and I really love her patterns. The George's top that I just showed you that I wanted to lengthen it is from her, and the Edgar cardigan, the blue cardigan that I made, is also by her. So knitting a sweater by her, I feel like it's going to be great. And I'll be knitting that with the Lanakdosa Cool Wool that I'll have a picture of right here, because I don't currently have the yarn with me. but it's a bit of a dark red color, and I just love that yarn. I had it in stash for almost exactly a year now, I think. Yeah, I think I bought it in April of last year, so yeah, it's almost a year. And I just couldn't find the pattern that called to me, and then I saw this sweater and it called to me, so I applied for testing. Then I got the test knit, so now I have to test it. And I'm just really excited to work on that for Johanna, to test it for her and to have this lovely, beautiful sweater in my wardrobe in just a little bit, because testing obviously has a deadline, and it's always a very short deadline, I feel like. So I'll be not rushing it, but I'll be knitting it pretty quickly, and I feel like I need that energy. I need that something to push me to knit on it a lot. I feel like that'll be great for me at this point. So I think this test knit might just be great. Yeah, that's the 3 things that I'll be casting on this month, I think. If I finish, the test knit I'll obviously be casting on anyway. But if I finish my sweater, I'll be casting on my camisole. And if I finish my socks, I'll be casting on the other socks. Or maybe I'll cast the socks on anyway, as it is a different kind of sock. In my head, I want to have one whip of each of the things. So 1 sweater, 1 camisole, 1 sock. But vanilla socks, in my mind, I count them as mindless projects and not as socks. So I want to have 1 mindless project, but it can be a sock while I'm also working on another sock, if that makes sense. But I currently do not have a mindless knit, so this vanilla sock will probably be casted on pretty soon. Probably right when I get my yarn binder back. Just so I can wind up the yarn, get started, and get this sock going. So yeah, those 2 things I'll be casting on for sure. And then the camisole, I think I'll also be casting that on. But you just have to stay tuned and watch next month's podcast, I think. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel for more knitting related content and to watch my next podcast, obviously. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye!